Hi, my name's Jenny Peters and I'm the director of a charity called Connected Lives. At Connected Lives, we're all about helping people connect and thrive in their key relationships. Normally, we're busy running groups for parents and partners, but obviously we can't do that in person right now. And so we're trying in a very, very small way to put up links to helpful articles and videos and to record or write some stuff that we hope will help us all cope. So I thought I'd start by thinking about how we're all coping relationally with the current lockdown. The first thing we need to remind ourselves of is that this is an unprecedented, once in a generation worldwide pandemic. So let's not pretend we could have, would have, should have ever prepared for this. Our governments may have had contingency plans or not for a pandemic, but I don't imagine there's anyone in the UK who had thought through how would I cope if I had to homeschool and work and be in lockdown with my kids for 3 and some weeks. So we're all making it up as we go, and that's just how it is. We can't change it. We all deal with the sudden onset of an unknown and unplanned for stress in different ways. Some people, will call them super planners, like to plan the heck out of it, strategizing and organising as a way of coping with the feelings of being very out of control. And super planners really, really hate feeling out of control. They often like to take a let's think about what we'll do if it gets as bad as it possibly could approach. They are the people saying to you right now, 3 weeks? Oh, I think we'll be in full lockdown till January 2022. These guys immediately spring into action with lists and tasks and orders and expect everyone to comply. Others like to take a more one day at a time approach. We'll call them one day at a timers. Their general mantra is, I can only live this moment right now. I can only be in this day today, sort of thing. And those people will not in any way want to start planning for a scenario that might never happen. They'd far rather bury their heads in the sand, because planning further ahead makes them feel more anxious. They're busy enough coping with the day in front of them. Still others will try and see the positives. They are the looking on the bright siders. They too are finding it hard to cope with the uncertainty and anxiety, and their way of dealing with it is not to focus on that bit, but to try and squeeze every bit of sunshine out of the situation. Relationships will heal. We'll all realise what's really important. The world is going to be so much better. This is going to be great. Then there are the, hopefully decreasing in number daily, deniers. It's a big fuss about nothing. It will take more than a bit of flu to stop me. Even if I get it, I'll be fine. It's all overhyped by the media. Just chill out, everyone. And one of the problems is that we may well be locked in with people whose coping strategies are very different from our own. So the super planner is trying to get the one day at a timer to plan and strategise and will feel offended by the kickback. Meanwhile, the look on the bright side is desperately trying to, in Brene Brown's words, silver line everything, and the denier is insisting that everyone's being ridiculous, which is annoying to everyone else. So we all end up getting frustrated and annoyed with each other, and everyone's stress increases. Of course, this could just be our household, so if you're all living in happy harmony, then great. Just spare a thought for me. If not, you might want to take a look at this image. As you can see, it's an iceberg, which we use with one of the groups we run to help us make sense of our behaviour and emotions. All too often, we focus on the top of the iceberg. We look at one another's behaviour and secondary feelings, snappy, controlling, refusing to engage, absent, and fail to look underneath at the sadness, fear, and vulnerability that's huge and unseen. So we are all left to feel this sadness, fear, and vulnerability alone. And we know from everything we know about how relationships and emotions work that this is the worst way to try and deal with these strong, powerful emotions. We need to be able to recognise them, and it helps hugely to have someone else acknowledge them, accept we're feeling this way, and simply be with us in it. So, let's go for looking underneath the immediate behaviour and surface emotions and provide help and comfort to one another in our totally valid feelings of sadness, anxiety and vulnerability. If we are able to do this, even just a little, it may help us all feel less alone, less afraid, and more able to cope with whatever comes. If you found this in any way helpful, do visit our website www.connectedlives.org.uk. However and wherever you are, stay in and stay safe.